Hello and welcome to What the Hey. Thank you very much for joining me to check out a video that a few different people suggested I should react to, and those people would be Blue Vedette, Infamous Wolf 83, Lord Aramis, Godly Moose, The Tipsy Sparrow 9552, and Beatmaster AC. So hello to all of you and thank you very much for the request. The content in question that I'm checking out for today's video is titled What is Warhammer 40,000 Timeline of 40k Lore, which was uploaded on October 6th of 2023. The video duration is 31 minutes and 1 second, and the video description provides links to merch, related social media accounts, as well as a summary of the topics within the video. In relation to who actually uploaded this video, that would be Bricky, who I'll have tagged in the description of this video, and I'll have the video itself linked in the description, so if you want to check out either of those sources, you can. Also in the description of this video, if there's anything in this content that I think someone would potentially want to be warned about, I'll list that down there. You can check it out if you want to, but you obviously don't have to. And then also in the comment section, I'll put a comment about the different segments and timestamps of this overall video. That way, if you want to watch and listen to something specific, that will be listed there. You can click something and get to what you want to watch. Also for this video, because I'm learning about Warhammer, I'm probably going to be writing stuff down that I'm confused about and have questions about on my whiteboard so that I can talk about it at the end of the video. Also, because this video that I'm reacting to is fairly long, I probably won't include my entire reaction to it, because if I'm not talking the whole time or there's not really super helpful commentary or something, I'll only be including the parts that seem relevant for the reaction. So like I said, because I want to do the video justice, if you want to watch the video in its entirety, I'll have that linked in the description, so that will be there for you. But I believe that is all of the information prior to watching the video, so let's actually check out the content itself.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium exists the Empire of Man, a backwards carcass of an empire comprised of many devoted forces, gigantic robot knights, religious machine cultists, and incredibly heavily armored women, most likely with sweltering abs. And one must know what those abs taste like.
Not what they look like? Is this a Gamer Subs advertisement? Is the whole thing just an ad? Well, you know what? As a woman, I can still appreciate that. That's great.
My Gamer Subs flavor is here. Sweet six-pack has arrived.
What does that have to do with him?
Delicious and refreshing cherry pineapple blend.
Ooh, that actually sounds good. ASMR, let's freaking go.
You will get a Muscle Girl 32-ounce shaker completely
We know what kind of
free.
women he's into. Let's freaking go.
There are only a couple thousand of those shakers, so get it while supplies last.
I'd love to see that at a Goodwill.
But I told everyone, once you find out the flavor, you'll be like, yeah, that tracks, and damn straight does it track.
How?
Sweet six-pack available
Does
now.
he have one?
Code Bricky, link in the description.
Code Bricky to get bricked up, for real. I don't have Gamer Subs, I have coffee, but kind of similar, I guess. Oh, that's the eagle thing.
Knowledge and enlightenment has ended. The age of darkness has begun.
Because of men, probably, is the guess, because everything that I've heard about
Roughly
Warhammer is
60
just
million years ago,
destruction.
there existed aliens. And these aliens lived short, painful lives. They belonged to radiation-stricken worlds and often died of various cancers before the age of 30. These aliens, the Necron tier, looked up to the stars and found extreme beings of real power. Beings
Chaos
with
Gods?
the ability to create
Nurgle,
life.
I think.
The old ones of the galaxy. They
Never
asked
mind.
these old ones for help. Please cure us of our ailments. To which the old ones said, piss off. So the Necron tier gathered together and did the sensible thing. They declared war upon these old beings and were promptly beaten into the dirt back to their short, painful lives.
Get freaking wrecked.
In the world of Warhammer, there is a hell. This hell is not like you and I know it. It's more of an afterlife, a place where dead
like
souls
Valhalla or something.
This place has many names: the Empyrean, the Sea of Souls, the Immaterium, and the Ether. But mostly, we just call it the Warp. While you and I know of Hell as a place of
that's literally just Lord of the Rings right there.
The Warp isn't really that. Not in the beginning. It's energy. Areas that you do not sail towards. This would be known as the realm of chaos. The realm of chaos exists in the Warp as a special area led by 3 chaos gods.
So they're
Khorne,
separate.
the god of combat, murder, and slaughter, with a pile of skulls taken in his name. Tzeentch, god of change, mystery, and deceit, a confusing paradox of lies, schemes, and sorceries. And Nurgle, god of rot, pestilence, and Genshin impact. All
that
things
pans
rot
out
in the end. And Grandfather Nurgle is waiting for you with open arms.
Nice,
These gods
the stinky
ruled their
one.
respective realm in the Warp,
What about
sending their many
Slaanesh, though?
followers against each other in the great game to be the most powerful of all the gods. The Sea of Souls and the Realm of Chaos are now intertwined.
Dude.
So who else to brave the galaxy than a species that won't need to deal with that?
People, I'm guessing. Men. Oh, Eldar. Okay, never mind. These are the space elves, I think.
Elves. They have a lot of the traits that you probably think of when you think of elves. Tall, slender, pointy ears, bit more androgynous looking, no matter what DeviantArt will tell you, and a bit stronger on the emotional side. The old ones, as I mentioned, could create life. And when they were getting, you know, absolutely bodied by the Catan and the Necrons, they made some new races to try to help them. One of them was the Eldar. It didn't save them, but they're here now anyway. Oh, and also the Orcs. But,
the British people.
They're busy right now.
They're having a great time. Look at that. With all their little machines.
The Eldar are a particularly psychically powerful race. We go through hell itself to deliver your packages. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know how the Nether is like a pocket dimension? So moving 10 spaces in the Nether is actually moving something like 1,000 in the real world. That's basically what warp travel is.
So
just
Warhammer
much
is
like
just
in the
Minecraft.
Nether, there are a lot of things that want to kill you. The Eldar found a way to do so in between realities. Not regular reality, not the warp, something else. A purgatory of sorts, a fabricated psychic realm that allowed them to travel without fearing the negative effects of the warp.
Like
the
a
Eldar
VPN.
were the perfect fit for the new galaxy, and they took it with open arms and pointy ears. The empire of the Eldar spread everywhere, and it spread all the way until now. The 21st century. That's right. While you were watching NPC streams on TikTok,
yes,
the space elves
more
were ruling
bullets.
the galaxy, and they did so for quite a long period of time. The 21st century came
Not in
and went.
Warhammer.
Humanity grew and grew, all under the nose of their elf overlords. Humanity was no longer constricted to their early ways of travel. With warp travel, they could go anywhere in the galaxy. They equipped ships with gigantic AI machines, with everything you would ever need to know about mankind.
Elon Musk
and
is going to
sent
use
them
this.
out on colony ships to expand their influence across the galaxy. And this was truly the golden age of humanity. And with every golden age, there is a fall. While the new human upstarts of the galaxy were reaching new levels of technology and prowess, the Eldar were engaging in
heresy.
What happens when a species has everything? You can produce unlimited food out of nothing. The visual spectacle of art becomes more bizarre, more delusional, more eccentric. And let's not forget a very important sense.
Money.
Pornography is one thing. Brothels
right,
is another.
What if they my pizza or whatever,
brothels
salad?
were part of your art and music? And what if those became more deranged? The boundaries of debauchery were not just met, but shattered.
Because of
Next thing
Slaanesh.
you know, murder is commonplace and often mixed with the art, music, and sex. Pain is a common byproduct of entertainment.
That's literally just
Whatever
Warhammer.
sensation you can have must be increased, must be enhanced, must be taken
More,
to the
dude.
limits. The Eldar Empire empire slipped into a nightmarish realm of debauchery and excess, with the worst of it taking place in a city in the Webway, a black market for these kinds of heinous acts known as Kamara. Some Eldar saw the writing on the wall, saw what was happening to their species and how far they had slipped. So they boarded continent-sized starships called craft worlds and left their empire.
They didn't do anything about it?
A more enlightened, calmer existence among their peers.
No justice
Some,
system
those
for
in
real.
Kamara, pushed it to even greater heights, relishing the pain and torment they inflicted on those around them.
Dang,
All during
son.
this, the warp, the yin to the yang of the world, was fed by these emotions, by the psychic power of
So it's
the
all just
Eldar,
like
by the
AI
souls
learning
taken in
platform.
these depraved acts on a galactic scale. And just like that, Eldar ended. Slanesh,
There it is.
the fourth
I knew it.
chaos god, was birthed into existence. And
Does
consumed
Slanesh
the
have a
souls
wiener?
of
Is that what I just saw?
90% of the
Oh
Eldar
my gosh.
population. Those that fled were spared the worst of it, and those in the Webway and Kamara were able to stave off the pull of Slanesh so long as they continued to commit horrid acts of torture.
So they did
and
things
violence.
and
But for the majority
Slanesh
of the
was
Eldar,
created.
their
Okay.
empire died with Slanesh's birth. The new fourth chaos
Shout
god,
out
he
women.
who thirsts, the god of unspeakable excess of pleasure, pain, hedonism, and perfection, had been born. The cult Mechanicus, or tech priests of Mars, formed in the ashes of the Red Planet with a religious fervor and doctrine
that's where
on
cult
the
comes
cult
in.
of the machine god. And on Earth, or Terra, techno-barbarian tribes waged war across the planet
Now there's
in
barbarians?
a Mad Max style of blood
What?
and gore, until finally, a mysterious
Yes.
man who lived in the shadows of Terra for millennia finally
Yes.
revealed himself to
The
the populace.
Emperor.
His name was
Yes.
the Emperor. He deemed himself the Emperor
Of man.
of mankind.
Where does the bird
Where did
thing
he
come from?
I don't know. Why is he 10 feet tall and the most powerful psyker of all of mankind?
So he's a psyker.
I don't know.
Oh.
Why is he basically immortal? I don't know. Where'd Cotton Eye Joe go? Who knows? But he's here, and he isn't happy with all of you ripping up Terra. Horus, unable to break through the lines and with time running out, made a gambit and opened his ship up to be boarded. The Emperor took this challenge, quickly allowing someone else to take control of the throne as he teleported his way onto Horus's flagship, the Vengeful
He actually
Spirit.
teleported.
The Emperor, unable to truly kill his most beloved
Bruh.
son, changed his mind
And
right
probably
quick
died.
when Horus strangled the life out of his other son, Sanguinius.
No, Sanguinius.
I'm sure you've
Yeah.
seen this image at some point. The Emperor then said, "I'm not gonna sugarcoat it," and proceeded to psychically blast
Heck
Horus
yeah.
into complete oblivion, killing not only his body, but
That's
also
great.
his soul.
I think that's well deserved.
Horribly wounded from this duel, the Emperor is returned to the Golden Throne in order to keep the demons at bay and power the Astronomicon, because without it, humanity would be flying blind. There he sits,
Decaying.
slowly dying from his wounds and the strain of powering the
That's
Golden
tough.
Throne. The only
That's so
thing
cool. I
keeping
like
him
that fan art,
alive
or
is
the art.
feeding upon the souls of 1,000 psychers every single day.
Bro is
This
hungry.
was 10,000 years ago. We are now in the 41st millennium,
41st.
modern day. Warhammer 40,000.
41st because it's 40.
The
I love all
Emperor
the
remains
memes.
on his throne. The Imperium is a rotting carcass of an empire. All throughout this, they must endure orc invasions,
aliens,
Eldar
yeah.
trickery, the reawakening of the Necron race, and the Great Devourer, the
Excuse
newest
me?
tyrannid threat from the darkness between
Ooh.
galaxies that has arrived to
More
feast
aliens,
on their
then.
worlds.
That's great.
The theme of Warhammer 40,000 is regression and intolerance. For in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
And death. The art's so cool. From everything that I've seen for Warhammer, I think my favorite part is the art. Because it's really good. Like, it's kind of confusing because there's so much going on, but it's really cool. There's so many colors. Oh. Spooky. Whoa.
Thank you, everyone. I hope I have helped teach you about Warhammer. If you are a brand new person and you want to get a bit more about the world, there are multiple books that do a great job at showing off how the entire universe operates. For the most part, Warhammer is a setting, and often stories are told in that setting with a Warhammer coat of paint. Gaunt's Ghosts is Band of Brothers, but Warhammer. It's honestly one of my #1 recommendations for new people. Assassinorum Kingmaker is an assassin novel involving those night worlds. This is Mission Impossible, but Warhammer. Bloodlines is Blade Runner, but Warhammer. And the list goes on and on. If I had to recommend a brand new novel for a first-time Warhammer enjoyer, these are the 4 I would recommend. Horus Rising, Caiaphas Cain, First and Only Gaunt's Ghosts, and Infinite and the Divine. They are all fantastic novels, and they will get you acquainted with the world without needing to know too much. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Get yourself a Gamer Subs flavor. Enjoy the new sweet That's a good jump scare. And if you're curious and you want, you know, just a little lord, you can find him in the description as well on my merchandise store, orchid8.com. Thank you for watching, and may the God Emperor be with us.
Come on. Amen. Or whatever. Okay. I'm glad that I can now say that I've watched a Bricky video, because with the requests that I got for this reaction video and then other stuff in general, when people have suggested Warhammer related content, Bricky is a name and a YouTube channel that has been mentioned quite a few times. So now I can say that that's been done, which is great because it was good. For the most part, I've been learning about Warhammer through my boyfriend because he paints the minis, he plays Kill Team, and he's also suggested just individual videos for me to watch in my free time. So I've been hearing about it from him, but I've also been watching content on YouTube about and related to Warhammer. So I'm getting a good mix, but it is still very cool that like quite a few people have specifically mentioned Bricky, and I can see why. Because when I looked up Bricky's channel overall, there are a lot of explanation videos, which I'm guessing is kind of a series with the channel. But with this video specifically, I feel like it was really helpful, especially for me, because I'm into history. So when I've been learning about Warhammer previously and there's been all these different names mentioned, it kind of confuses me because I don't really understand how they fit into the overall overarching history of Warhammer. So I really enjoyed this video because it started from the beginning with like the gods and everything and worked its way up through aliens and all of that, like the warp and everything, to get to humanity, which makes more sense to me rather than being like, oh yeah, this random, you know, Night Lord or whatever. It just makes more sense. So I could see why people like this kind of content when in like explaining Warhammer, because it's been around for like 5 ever. So it's a little confusing when I started trying to like comprehend everything, but seeing that there's content like this is really nice. Which I'm really glad that Bricky mentioned that there are many different books to read through. Like currently, aside from watching videos, I've been reading through the Solar War because I picked out 2 copies of the first one for my boyfriend and I to read through, but this is obviously not the first book in like the major amount of books that are out there. So I'm glad he mentioned Horus Rising, because once I finish this, because I think I'll get confused if I just stop, I'll probably go to that one, because I think it's like the first book, which would be good for me to like read through. But it's very cool to see that Bricky mentioned other content to check out aside from his own, like mentioning the different books and how they're helpful to learning about it. I think that's very cool, because then you can actually check out the actual material from Warhammer rather than just, you know, watching someone talk about it, even though the video was fantastic. It's kind of nice that Bricky kind of guided viewers to check out stuff to hopefully help them understand the universe better. Which it was nice that throughout this video, Bricky did occasionally mention some other universes and kind of similar ideas to other franchises. Like, I was thinking of Lord of the Rings with the Eldar and everything, with the space elves, just elves in general, but then also mentioning stuff like Star Wars and then Minecraft to a small degree kind of makes sense. So the fact that, you know, like, I'm still learning about Warhammer, but I have other potential options to compare it to kind of understand it better is very helpful. which when it comes to learning about Warhammer in general, I feel like I've had such a great time being introduced to different things, whether it's different YouTube channels, different books, different games, whatever. When it comes to Warhammer, I feel like everyone that has given me input and like helpful directions about it has been so nice, because when I was starting to be introduced to it, it felt kind of intimidating, because I feel like Warhammer is one of those things, like with Games Workshop, that has been around forever. Like Bricky mentioned Star Wars, and I know when I've kind of tried to learn about Star Wars, sometimes people can not be toxic, but like they're so into the community and they know so much about it. So for someone like me who doesn't know very much, I was a little nervous starting to learn about Warhammer, because I'm like, I don't want to say something stupid and then people hate me. But so far when it comes to Warhammer and stuff like this, everyone's been super educational and like super helpful, so I've enjoyed it, even though I'm still sometimes confused and I don't know what's going on. In regards to my confusion with some of the stuff in the video, I guess like initially I put stuff about the gods in the video, because some of the things I've taken specific interest in with Warhammer would be the different gods. Like I think that's really fun that, you know, Nurgle, like I've seen memes about Warhammer in reference to Nurgle where he's just like the trash god, basically, like he's stinky. But in general, I thought it was interesting that Bricky mentioned that there are old gods and chaos gods. Like I just thought there were only the 4 or whatever chaos gods or whatever, like there's those gods. I didn't know that there were different tiers, so that's a little confusing, but I'm glad that there's kind of that difference in them, because it makes sense, because the chaos gods are just evil, which I forgot, and I guess I kind of got it confused because I remember learning that the emperor had his sons and they went to different planets, but I guess I forgot that the chaos gods specifically yeeted the sons, you know, to different planets. Like I forgot that that was a thing. So it was nice to kind of already have a basic idea of what goes on in Warhammer, but to have Bricky kind of go over it in general in a more coherent like timeline, like that's really nice. I guess one of the only questions that I had from the video is when were the chaos gods created? Because it was talking about the old gods, and then maybe I missed it or whatever, or I'm forgetting, but then it was like, oh yeah, the chaos gods. So when were all of them created? Maybe it's kind of like the Bible. It's like they were just there forever. Like I'm guessing that's, you know, the whole idea. With this video, I feel like the main takeaway that I got from hearing Bricky talk about Warhammer in general is that with the whole universe, there are always going to be problems. Like, that's my main theme and takeaway from Warhammer. Like, there's never not going to be an issue. Like, they were talking about humanity and some of the Eldar and stuff. Like, they were perfectly fine, but then they were like, you know what, let's just, like, be not great, and then everyone else is gonna have problems with it, and then we're just gonna create more problems. It's like that meme, it's like, I don't want peace, I want problems, always. Like, that's what Warhammer seems to be to me. With the video overall, I can definitely see why people enjoy the Bricky channel and just the style of content that it has, because the video was informative. It was also entertaining because I love the occasional memes that were thrown in there. Like, he did the yeeting the baby picture, but there was also like SpongeBob stuff in there. Just the different pictures were very nice as well. Like, I recognized some of the Emperor pictures, like when he's in the chair looking like he's on life support. I recognized some of those. So all of the visuals were super nice. The audio quality was obviously really good. In a strange way, I feel like the ad placement, kind of with the gamer shop stuff, was done really nicely with it being in the beginning. Like, I feel like usually YouTubers will do their gamer whatever, their advertisements, their merch in the middle of a video somewhere, but the fact that it was in the beginning and it was funny was nice, so I actually like that. I will say that because I did get quite a few people suggesting to watch Bricky videos, for the future, unless there's shorter content, I don't think I'll react to the super long explanation videos because they are so long and I don't want to take away from their value as they are, like, individually as videos. I think I'll probably watch them in my own time to, like, actually try to comprehend them and understand them without, like, knowing I'm recording something. But I think I will probably try to do a separate video where I look over the channel overall and kind of talk about it like my usual question videos. So I'm excited to check out more content because this video was very nice. It was very engaging. Bricky himself was funny. Like, sometimes I'd just be like, oh yeah, he's in the corner of the screen talking, and watch him actually talk, but then sometimes look at the photos. So it was a nice contrast. But overall, the video was very cool. But that's essentially the reaction video. So once again, if you want to check out Bricky's channel or the video that like he uploaded that I reacted to just now, I'll have all of those sources in the description of this video, so feel free to check them out for yourself if you would like to. But that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.